Gregory's.
Who's here? It's the brilliant detective who sealed my brutish fate. Remember this, Hobbs? What goes around really goes around.
You have a safe trip, yeah?
It's on my side.
Welcome everybody to the Movie Club. I'm Trae Price.
And I'm Trae Price. Today we're going to talk about Fallen with our good old man Denzel Washington. Now, Shakis is joining me on the podcast today. Say hello to people.
You didn't forget how the whole movie was. You're still...
I can't... I know.
Oh, man. You know...
This movie to fuck me up.
Did it fuck you up?
It fucked me up a little bit. I like it, though.
Let me set it up for the people real quick. For those of you who haven't followed Fallen, it is probably one of my favorite Denzel Washington movies that not a lot of people have known about. Is actually one that was shown to me by one of my friends because it was one of his favorite Denzel Washington movies. I was like, what is this? He's like, yo, this movie is crazy. And it actually is a movie where Denzel Washington plays Detective Hobbs, who is a character who has just caught this illustrious psychopath serial killer. And the serial killer, of course, asks to see him before he is executed, and is actually having a documentary made about him. And he's just acting all wild and crazy, not as a serial killer would before he dies. And he's speaking in a weird language and acting weird to Hobbs. And then he puts on this sort of display as he's being executed. His execution happens. Hobbs thinks everything's going back to normal. And then turns out that the serial killings have resurfaced. And it turns out that our Detective Hobbs is actually fighting against not a normal serial killer, but the demon Azazel, who can transfer himself through touch to different people. And as this is not my first time watching, I am really interested to know what you, Mr. Keith Moore, think about this movie.
That man, Denzel, don't miss.
He can't miss.
I don't think it's in his DNA to miss.
Within the heat of battle, this motherfucker don't miss.
And this movie is what I would expect a more modern day noir film to be. Mm-hmm. Like all the tropes of the detective movie with the noir style it's all here, and I want another one. Mm-hmm. I want another one of these. Like it was really fun, and I like that. Spoiler alert, the beginning is the end.
Mm-hmm. It starts in media res.
Hey, we did learn stuff.
What's up?
I really like that style of storytelling because and they made the joke at my expense. You forgot, didn't you?
Because Keith's bad memory.
This is the story of how I almost died. And I said, fuck you. I said, fuck you, Gregory Hoblet. Nicholas Kazan.
Call them all now. I'm calling cases on all you bitches.
That's what I said. And then I said, for you to instantly turn me off in the best way possible made me love it even more.
Right.
It made me love it even more. Because the ending voiceover it's so powerful. I really enjoy it.
And spoilers for if you haven't seen this movie. I'm sorry to step on you.
No problem.
But to just go ahead and say, one, you already know I highly recommend this. I love this movie. So I definitely recommend that you go watch this movie. It is a great solo with other people watch because it's so engrossing. So definitely do that because we probably gonna spoil a lot about this movie.
Yeah. Oh yes. Like I was saying, the ending monologue is so powerful because it's the fucking voiceover. Mm-hmm. It's
a Denzel Washington, man.
It is, and it's the inside knowledge of he's actually two characters in this movie for this one moment, and it's so it's so fucking good. He's like, "Ooh, I've lived thousands of years, tens of thousands of years, only to be killed by one fucking cop."
This self-righteous cop who thinks he's gonna save the fucking world.
And then he's like, "The battle, you won the battle, but the war isn't over."
Mm-hmm.
And what I completely expected, or maybe not really, it wouldn't really. I don't think it would really fit, but I thought it would be, something different. Another demon comes out of the shadows to observe his, or fallen angel, whatever you want to call him, his comrade or whatever perish, or to take his strength or something of that effect. And I got the last joke before I die as well. And they did something better.
Oh, so much better. Yeah.
And they did something even better is, it ain't just humans now that I can go into.
See, you really like that the way like he and this is one of those movies where only Denzel could deliver dialogue. Like only Denzel could deliver dialogue the way Denzel delivers dialogue. And what's so great about the ending is that when Azazel does finally become possessed into Hobbs' body, and his voiceover isn't regular Detective Hobbs, it's Azazel. It's not Denzel speaking like regular Denzel. Like this is Denzel that we don't see normally. This is more, he becomes Alonzo from Training Day. He becomes Alonzo from Training. Like this is the progenitus of that role. If Training Day
one came out first.
yeah. Because if Training Day did come out before Fallen, then it's just him going back into Alonzo. Because that is it's just I got you.
It's the way that you can say something and you can tell how different it is. Like by the way they say it, by exactly what they say, and by what he said before. The voiceovers all throughout the movie are just fucking good. Just fucking great dialogue, and Denzel's delivery is just phenomenal.
Yeah,
it's just phenomenal.
Well, and it's that, and the good thing about that is that it's like you said before, it plays on like the whole reason why you don't see the ending coming if this is your first time through. And honestly, it's just enhanced when it is like your second or third time through, because you know what's going to happen, so everything is different now. Like everything is coming from a whole different lens when you see it that way. Like the whole beginning, like that whole beginning was talking about how this is how I died, or I like the scene where it's Hobbs walking this way and walking from like right to left, and the dude he just possessed after dying, the one that's like talking about, you know what you would look like with this sandwich up your ass, that guy, right? When he's walking from left to right down the street, and dialogue and the voiceover is going, I like the night. I like something about walking in the street or something like that. Like it's different. That's that. No, that's actually that scene when he's walking and Hobbs just like put money in the bum's cup. And he's talking about like the night and stuff like that. You think it's Hobbs. You think it's Hobbs, but it's actually Azazel talking about that same thing. Like it plays with your mind that way. And all of that, like when you're going through the beginning and I didn't even think about that. Right? When you're going in and you're going in the beginning, like you said, this is a noir detective story. Everything about it is a noir detective story, down from the voiceover to the muted colors to the music, that saxophone, playing in the background. But everything flips on its head when it's Azazel. The colors go from muted to like being this neon, like everything's like a neon, highly saturated, oversaturated color, to there being didgeridoo noises in his music. For some reason, didgeridoo, and it fits because for some reason, didgeridoo just kind of feels like ancient music. Yeah,
it's real like tribal, more. I don't know how to describe it. Like
more chaotic. There's not like even like the jazz that's playing it, you recognize jazz, but didgeridoo music, like when you're listening to it, you're listening to it in like tribe, like you said, tribal ceremonies and things like that, and it seems more chaotic, more wild, which is more of what Azazel is.
Yeah.
The movie is just then there's this scene that this movie definitely like I said, you forgot. You forgot.
I did. This movie had
But
me.
not just the fact, you didn't just forget the fact that he said in the beginning that this is the time I almost died. No, you forgot Azazel already possessed the cat in the movie.
No, I remembered that. I did.
No, not you yourself.
Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, I was talking to you yourself, but I was using you to be the Azazel of the audience. But no, you forget, like, if you're not paying attention, you remember Azazel possesses a cat, and then like at the end, and Hobbs doesn't know this because up until this point, he's only seen Azazel possess other people.
Yep, and I don't think there's anything in any of the books that would say that because it just so happens that man don't know.
Yeah,
man must not know about how it's anything. It literally could be any human or beast. It seems.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh man, like the question. A question that I could see someone raising is how did he get into his house? And the answer is most likely he unlocked the hatch and didn't come in as a person.
Yeah.
He came in as an animal.
It's New York, I think. Pretty sure. It's New York.
I think
There
so.
are rats everywhere.
Yeah.
You become a rat. Like,
So
come on
like
now.
he could have had someone, he could have, posed as a person, gotten the window open and then left and come back.
He could have been a mailman.
He
Can't
could have
trust
been.
mailmen.
I mean,
Trust the shit out of a mailman. Be like, hey, it's Roger. I see you every day. Here's the milk.
Trust no one.
Trust nobody. See, that's what we learned from Ted. That's what you teach. Trust nobody. They could be possessed by Azazel. That was the extracurricular part of what he was saying. When he said that.
We had to read between the. That motherfucker. Love you, Ted.
Love Ted. But no. There's there's that scene. One of the scenes that I think it's so simple, but in how menacing that it is. Where when he first figures out that Azazel can do what Azazel can do, the transfer in between bodies, and Azazel's possessing Lou and going into the other people in the precinct, like he's in his territory. Singing "Time is on my side,"
and it's only something
yes,
that
it
he
is.
would recognize, bro.
And he when they go outside, I love the scene where he just starts possessing people out of nowhere, looking at Hobbs each time that he does it, and Hobbs is literally just turned around, and it's so simple, like a camera trick, just to have the camera look, in the perspective of the actor or whatever. But it's so effective for what you've set up.
Azazel.
Where'd you get that? From Milano's place? You found something up there. Well, some things, pal, you shouldn't know.
Like what? Like what?
And if you know, you should never ever tell.
Beware my wrath.
And then, impose that. I would like to see, in a time check, that scene and the ending scene where you have Sympathy for the Devil playing, and you have the crowd of people. Where does that even out? Is it where it is on the clock? So if the movie runtime is clock from noon to 6, 3 to 9, is that at a point where it's perpendicular to that ending scene where it's bam, I want to know these things. I'm gonna go watch it again, just draw around that dial, see where the times check out, and just if it is, I'm gonna be like, yo, you own it, you got it. It's so dope.
This scroll. I gotta talk to somebody. I gotta talk to somebody important.
Oh,
I gotta talk to somebody. Go down. Go back up. Go back up.
Okay, come on, man.
All right, Newton Thomas Siegel. My man.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you good. I love cinematography in this.
Mm-hmm.
I love the way everything looks. I love how confused I am at the beginning and how we, the audience, are also Hobbs.
Yeah.
We're figuring out everything as he goes along.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might know the Bible better than others, so they
Right.
might know, what are these, some deeper meanings in these verses here, or they might know what's coming in some sort of way before we do. But everyone is on the edge of their seat trying to figure out the mystery.
Right.
And something came into my mind in the middle of the movie, and it kills me that I cannot remember what it was. And it was something revolving around a mystery. And it might have been answered in the movie. So maybe that's
something about Scooby-Doo being on the TV.
Actually, yeah, I think that was it. I think that was honestly it. Is that they were trying to solve a mystery, and I don't know what episode it is, so it might be a little inside joke. So that'll be fun to figure out.
Yeah.
Like if that's a thing, or if it's just we're gonna play a mystery show in a detective movie. Like at a really pivotal point.
Oh yeah.
In the film.
Oh yeah. Probably, I think for me, like the hardest point to watch was because I remember it being a lot more gruesome than it was. So I'm glad that it wasn't specifically to my memory of it. But it hurt my heart,
bruh.
Like that hurt my soul to see, bruh. Because they make the character art so endearing.
Yeah.
And then for what to have happened, it's just like, oh, he ain't deserve that.
He really didn't deserve that. And I really love I was about to say Alonzo.
Hey.
When Hobbs is talking to his nephew, and man, that little fucking kid, smart as hell. You hate it though.
I'm about to cry already.
You hate it, bro.
When he's like, I'm gonna go back to sleep, and then when I wake up, everything gonna be like it was. It ain't gonna be
nothing like it was, bro. That's
okay, so let me tell you this.
But that's not even what I'm talking about.
Okay, what you talking about? What you talking about?
Is after they go on a run and they're at
I
on
know
the
what you're
place,
talking about.
and he pulls out the cigarettes, and the kid's like, Uncle John, you don't smoke anymore. What are those for? And he's like, you're right. I don't smoke anymore, and they are bad. And they keep going a little bit, and the kid's like, he's not sleeping, is he? And I was like, no, he knew. He knew, and he just didn't say anything for so long because he didn't want to believe it. That shit, it hurt again.
Yeah.
That shit hurt again.
Hurt
and
soul,
then that scene when they part forever, that shit hurt. How do you hurt me 3 times with the exact same thing in a different way?
So let me tell you this, and this is something I am a staunch believer. I've become a staunch believer of if it's not like a big franchise, like a big tempo franchise that is like, whatever, make as many movies as you want to, leave it alone. If you struck gold, leave it alone at that one. Like I think Men in Black should have just stopped after one movie. Ghostbusters honestly should have stopped after one movie. Depending on Afterlife, I probably will still think that. You know what I mean? But I some of these movies deserve just to be one-offs because they're just that good, But Fallen, the way it ends, and the whole the inner lore of this movie
is huge.
I would actually again, leave it alone. Don't do this. But
he's throwing it into the ether.
What if we had a sequel to Fallen and it's Hobbs's nephew picking up the case now? The serial killings have resurfaced. You know what I mean? Some motherfucker, it would probably be a lot of the movie the first time, but the movie again, but this time Azazel's smarter, which means House's nephew Sam would have to be even smarter than a smarter Azazel. Again, unless you have a pinpoint wonderful idea, leave it alone. But if you could write that, and somebody could do it justice, I would absolutely love to see it. We got a new Denzel Washington. His son is out there.
You mean son Chadwick? Or you mean son Johnny Boyega?
His
actual son?
His actual son.
Okay. He's got an actual son.
The Black Klansman actor. Yes. What? Yeah, that's Denzel Washington's boy.
And I'm surprised now, but I probably already knew this. There's no way we haven't talked about this. There's just no way. Trey's just not slipped.
You forgot. This is the point where Denzel Washington has an actual son.
Oh man!
But honestly, yes, they could be played by. I mean, like I said when we were talking about 21 Bridges, Chadwick can do a good Denzel Washington.
He can.
You better have perfect diction. Dang it, I messed it up. You better have perfect diction calling me a trigger. But John Boyega as well. Man got range. Especially, I need to see John Boyega in something dramatic after Detroit. Like I'm so disappointed that he hasn't done anything of a dramatic gravitas after Detroit.
Shit, he was stuck on Disney for a minute.
Yeah,
but
that's over.
He off the hook.
Yeah,
he off the hook.
He need to do something. Stick his foot in something.
I mean, people reached their hands out to him, so we could see a project coming up in the future. I'm hoping. I just want more good shit. Yeah. Like, there was an award show either earlier this year, late last year, pretty much in honor of Denzel. I can't even remember what it was, but a bunch of young black actors were just giving speeches, commemorating him for his career and how he influenced them and all this, and I was just like, man, I've not seen a Denzel Washington movie yet that I don't fall in love with.
I'd imagine, I don't know how I feel about Glory. I haven't seen Glory. I think it's the is it Civil War movie, American Revolution movie, some kind of war movie. Yeah, war movie with Denzel Washington. I haven't seen that, if that's the right movie. But yeah, other than that, no, man, motherfucker don't miss. like a lot of people are on the fence, about Fences. But even I was like, nah, man, like as a movie that just feels so much like a stage play, it actually like it's what Tyler Perry movies wishes they would be. It is what Fences is in my mind. Honestly, man. So no, yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with that.
It's just, man, oh man, we just need some more black actors, man. We just need more people. Or rather, we just need more good movies with the people that we have. Yeah, because we have a lot of great talent. Yeah. So I need more. I need good writing and more.
I'll say, look, I'm not saying it's enough, because I would never say anything is enough for any like race, gender, whatever. Always could use more representation, always. But there are good stuff out there. It's just, are the people consuming it?
That's
how many people
true.
Have seen the last African American in San Francisco, the last black man in San Francisco, right? How many people have seen Sweetheart, a movie that I just recently seen with not Tessa Thompson? I learned her name, and now we'll still not call her anything but not Tessa Thompson. That's so disrespectful.
I need to remember what her name is.
It is. You know what? I'm not even gonna do it. I'm taking the time.
That's fair.
Up.
That's fair. It's fine. We've already talked about the how the shifts in perspective are, and it's so visual too.
Sorry, Kiersey Clemens. That was her name. Kiersey Clemens. She deserves that respect. Kiersey Clemens. Say it one more time.
Kiersey Clemens?
Kiersey Clemens. Continue.
That's going to be a hard name to remember.
Like, I'm trying, Ringo. I'm trying.
No, it's just, Jason Blum.
You know that thing of Blumhouse.
I guess so. I mean, no, it's just like this movie has so many angles that you can look at it, and you're sitting there and you're watching this movie in the rain, even though it's a sunny day and it's really hot. But you're on the beat. The movie puts you in the seat of the detective.
Okay.
And it's just you're fully in there. It's noir. It's just so
you were losing me a bit. I know you can see it on my face. I'm just like,
no.
I was with you.
I heard
and
you.
I was like,
I heard you. I saw you. I had to ignore you so I could get and push through to the stuff. It's immersive. Is what I'm saying. Is that nothing took me out of the movie, even though you were extremely popular tonight.
Yeah, y'all. Hey, look. Side note to the team and to everybody. Look, for real, y'all don't want to talk to nobody. 7 days a week, 24 hours, nothing. Phone dry as hell. I'm sitting here watching this Denzel Washington goodness. I'm getting bring. Hey man, you see this video? Hey man, what you think about this? Stop! Watch my Denzel Washington.
When the time comes, you either do the right thing or the wrong thing. I don't know how that relates.
I did the wrong thing.
Oh.
I did the wrong thing. Ignore. I love y'all. It's all love. You know it's all love. But no, I am outstandingly agree with you. This movie is a movie that I think still, of all these movies that we've watched, I think this is the most that still holds up. This is just like Ghostbusters. I feel like this is a movie that you need not remake. You need only reboot. If you were to do some kind of sequel to it, I don't need anybody being Denzel Washington from this movie.
Yeah,
make a character. I think they build a big enough world, they have tight enough lore that you could build upon that in some type of way. I think so. I
think an interesting idea or a different approach to take with this would be to make a sequel of this movie without saying it's a sequel to this movie at all until you actually see the movie and you realize, oh fuck, this is actually a sequel to Fallen.
You're talking about going the split route where there was Unbreakable, is the M. Night Shyamalan movie that about is pretty much a superhero movie, and then Split comes out later, like with James McAvoy as pretty much a supervillain, and you're like, oh, this movie's weird, but and it's just this movie goes on for like this whole runtime until the end of the movie where Bruce Willis is sitting in a diner looking at what's happening on the news. And it's just like, I guess I got to go back to work or some bullshit like that. You realize it is a Split sequel. I mean, an Unbreakable sequel, excuse me.
I think so. I think with like movies like this where the investment comes from figuring out what's going on instead of being told. Even though you do get told, there's still things you can figure out. Yeah,
the thing about like the exposition in this movie is that they do explain, but it's cursory explanation. It's almost, it feels like it's enough, but it's not enough.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at least that's how I felt.
I feel that exactly. I'm like, I see how this is relevant, but you're like, it's like that cliche. There's more that. Oh, if I can speak, there's more here than what you're telling me.
Right.
And I enjoy that.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. And I think that if a sequel to this would happen, it would be fun to unravel the mystery of this is a sequel to this movie. I think it would just add a layer of fun to it.
I'm going to say it, A+ movie from me. What about you, man?
A+. If I could go into a different ranking system, I would put it on the S rank.
Oh.
Like, which... If you don't know, S rank goes above A rank.
Let's try to keep it to the American.
No, I understand. It's just this movie is outstanding. Outstanding.
Keep your Dragon Ball Z's to yourself, you dirty weeb.
I ain't even going to Z ranking. That's like their thing.
Oh God. Okay. Keep your dirty Yu Yu Hakusho to yourself, you dirty weeb. S rank demons. I don't know.
Actually, yeah, that fits. Yeah, that tracks. That's
Aha! I out dirty weebed you.
You out weebed me in this.
This is so sad. But you know what we thought. Let's see what the people thought. So back then, this movie had a budget of $46 million, which is wild to me. But
yeah,
how could this have less of a budget possibly than? No, it's about around the same. But even than Demolition Man.
Yeah.
How could this have less of a budget than Demolition Man?
I don't understand.
They blew up a building. It was on fire.
So many takes. Like
I guess. But the box office return from this was $25.2 million, a literal commercial flop. It didn't even make half of it. I guess it did make half of his stuff back.
A little bit over.
It's not, to the studio, it didn't make nothing back.
Let me talk to y'all right quick.
Oh, God. Here
Let
we go.
me talk to y'all right quick and tell y'all, what the fuck do you think you're doing? How dare you disrespect film? This is cinema. America, the world.
The world.
I understand why I didn't get as high as I did.
You do?
I believe so. To
Why is
sound a
that?
bit pretentious,
Okay.
if I might.
Okay.
I think it went over people's heads.
Hmm.
And that I think the style is too experimental when compared to something more traditional.
Right.
Like,
It'd
I
be
don't know
interesting
what
to see
came out around this
how.
time.
I don't. Let's see.
Like, it's 98.
98.
Like, I think did Bad Boys start in the 2000s?
I think it was like either 99 or 2000s.
Cause I don't know why Bad Boys came to mind. Maybe it's just because they're two detective cops.
Because it depends on like how the marketing for this movie was. Because if it's like, oh, Rush Hour came out.
Yep. See, there's similarities, and so there's automatic. Oh, it came out in January. That did it.
That is a drop right
That
there.
did it.
Ain't nobody going to see movies in January according to Hollywood.
I don't recognize any. Oh,
honestly,
Blues
before
Brothers.
Blues Brothers 2000, bro. That's.
I mean, I'm just saying I recognize
That's
it.
that's the sequel. Jesus.
Oh Lord.
Yep.
The Wedding Singer. That sounds familiar.
That's a Adam Sandler film.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no. Before Deadpool, like man, January to February until you got like the March.
It went over people's heads. Them. We just put this shit out in January.
Yep.
One of the worst times.
Batman, Mr. Freeze was out in theaters, bro. Yeah, that's right. The Batman animated films was coming out in theaters. Mask of the Phantasm, all that stuff. Oh yeah, damn. That was heat.
I missed out. I wasn't old enough.
That was heat, bro.
I didn't even know what Batman was yet.
You weren't born yet.
I was born.
Oh yeah, this is 98. I don't know. I still thought about 93. Lost in Space came out. Jesus Christ! Now I'm just on.
Yeah, now we're just scrolling.
But now I was trying to see if Bad Boys was out, but I'd have to be scrolling all day. But
Control F.
I don't feel like doing all
Okay.
that. But all that nonsense. But no, I'd imagine like how the trailer, just to go on your point, like maybe they marketed this more as like a cop drama than it was, like, and then all this supernatural stuff. Plus, you have like the cinematography, like maybe like the people that did see it probably didn't come out feeling feeling the type of way. Plus, it has a COTS ending because technically the hero lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I need to watch it again to see if there's any semblance of like victory or good send off, like some sort of proof from the film that the people that get possessed by demons go to heaven or something like that.
Oh. No, there's definitely nothing like that up in there.
Okay.
Not from me watching from the second time. Nah, that's take it on faith. Like that, literally, you gotta take it on faith.
Yeah.
I think the only way like this would have a piece of revolution, and it's a lot of what got me thinking about like what a sequel would happen is that Azazel actually gets defeated by Sam.
Right.
Like they bring it back to him in order to finish what his uncle couldn't. And of course, he's possibly living with Greta now, and she's probably going to raise him knowing
things. Yeah, because she's talking about the whole organization and all these people that know this secret. Right. So
you could
it
develop
would make sense
that more.
And he can figure out the true weakness.
Bam.
But even then, he would still have to take himself out, maybe.
Maybe.
No, it's spirit. It's not like gas.
So I would be like, man... this is getting we're 35
going,
minutes.
Yeah, we're going.
I'm starting to talk about how would I take out Azazel?
Yeah, it's like, but
that's what this movie makes you think of. So I think, you already know our thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts. People go watch the movie. Let me know in the comments down below. And we are out.
Each touch.
And at the execution, did he try and touch you?
Yeah, he did, actually.
Passes the soul of a killer. into someone new.
Well, I believe what I see, and I'm still trying to get my mind around what I just saw.
Some things, pal, you shouldn't know.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. Make sure that you check out the other shows that we have on the Facebook, the other main podcast that comes out every other Tuesday. Make sure you leave a like, share it with your friends and your family. Go check out our YouTube where we have content from other Production 1200 works. And make sure you follow us on the Instagram. We post sometimes there. We'll do more. We'll try. Maybe. Like us on iTunes podcast, rate and review. Give us them 5 stars. And we'll see you next time.